to the extent that when Steve and I got together, he had an entire nother thought of what he was anticipating doing after his. I'm disheartened in Marjorie on the grounds that you don't sell out to family in light of the fact that Steve might dump you very much as he did Mary the following day. Better believe it. Family will be there. You truly here so I can respect you. Clutch your seats, people, in light of the fact that the glitz world is worked up. Furthermore, this isn't simply any ordinary piece of tattle. Marjorie Harvey, the other portion of television sensation Steve Harvey, didn't keep down as she divulged a disclosure that left everybody enchanted. Involving her own social spaces as her foundation, Marjorie admitted to a conjugal slip-up. The second has come for me to be straightforward. I've stuck to this secret truth for more than I ought to have. Without a doubt, I floundered in my marriage. However, today I choose to talk my reality. For the well-being of however, for each lady who wants to cover her existence. However, that is not all. She additionally discharged a few shots that were plainly aimed at her genius spouse, Steve, suggesting all wasn't blushing in heaven. For quite a while, I've existed under the outline of a man who introduces himself as impeccable. In any case, no one is without imperfections, neither me nor most certainly Steve, she commented, adding fuel to the blazing disclosure. Presently the being of fan is parted. There's an ocean of fans flooded with compassion towards Steve, considering him the violated party. However, a portion commends Marjorie's genuineness, praising her for revealing her reality. Everybody's eyes are currently focused on the Lord of Talk. Steve Harvey anxiously anticipating his rebound on this sensation news. How about we first say that you shouldn't feel remorseful for anything? You know, they generally requested that I do this. I said I go after it, however it's something troublesome. Murmurs in Hollywood's first-class circles recommend that there's a storm blending in the Harvey chateau. Tattle fans are charmed in Marjorie's nude deeds that seem, by all accounts, to be undermining the concordance of the Harvey realm. Some are in any event, implying that she may be plotting an exit, going for the gold piece of Steve's fortune. Word on the road paints a story of Marjorie creating her own game, maybe passed in undertaking. My significant other, she got up with me. She was awesome. Presently, who might have figured the Harveys could be under such an amplifying glass? Close sources uncover that there have been past mumbles about Marjorie since she wore the title of Mrs. Harvey, with her devotion to the conjugal promises apparently on a flimsy ground. This makes one wonder, where does Steve remain in this violent tempest? Might he at some point be basically taking a secondary lounge, looking past their age hole, maybe recognizing her decisions, perhaps his resolute fondness for her? Furthermore, the feeling of dread toward a new beginning's keeping him down. The amusement world watches, excited for the following episode in this adventure. Tune in up, on the grounds that we have the lowdown on what's most likely eating at Steve Harvey. Also, you will have a hard time believing the layers to this show. Given Steve's public attitude, he seems, by all accounts, to be overwhelmed with passion, sincerely put resources into Marjorie. Kill everyone in here about your butt. Kindly comprehend that about the manner in which I love you, Marjorie. Elaine. Remember, people, he bid goodbye to his past spouse to make Marjorie his sovereign even as these stunning charges surface. It appears as though Steve is staying put. This is turning out to be the embarrassment that could only be described as epic, honey. In any case, hang on. How about we likewise address the puzzle? That is Marjorie Harvey. While she's been chiseling her own public character, a sprinkling of stowed-away undertakings and a turbulent past are likewise essential for her story. Prepare your popcorn, since this history is downright a true-to-life ride. Picture this. Marjorie was a youthful 18-year-old when her way crossed with Jim, a man 14 years her senior. In any case, here's the kicker: Jim was at that point hitched, something Marjorie had zero hints about. Their mysterious relationship unfurled like a drama. Persuaded that a child would make Jim leave his better half, Marjorie stopped her conception prevention, and presto, the pregnancy did its enchantment. Following a long-term trust, they made it official with marital promises, yet their adoration section shut inside a simple 7 years. The last 3 of those years were nothing under a tornado of turbulent contacts. And afterward, pause your breathing.
policing in on them.
Enter Jim Law Townsend, known as a substance head boss who got entrapped in a monstrous substance activity managing a psyche blowing 40 kilos. Things got uncertain when Jim detected Marjorie was approaching the eye of the insightful Tempest. Picking a mirror over his own opportunity, Jim cut an arrangement with the DA that safeguarded Marjorie while he accepted any consequence.
At first sentenced to life, Jim served just 26 years kindness of an official exculpation by Barack Obama.
Since her entire thing is to conceal her past by going into the book. Presently for a fast diversion to Steve Harvey's tumultuous heartfelt history. His initially due was to Marcia back in 1980, and the association created twin little girls Carly and Brandy as he was all the while endeavoring to track down his balance on the planet. Steve hustled in different positions, in any event, selling protection at a certain point. However, an unexpected win at a quality satire challenge was the distinct advantage for him, turning his profession toward the stylish universe of showbiz. What's more, she just went off on me, right, since she had caught wind of the book, found out about me composing a book.
Okay, the show never grabs a seat, right?
While Steve Harvey was overcoming the diversion world, his heartfelt life was nothing under a high-power telenovela. While actually fastened to his most memorable spouse, Marcia, he moved his consideration regarding wife number 2, Mary Shackelford. It wasn't all roses and love letters, however, as Mary found out about Steve's supposed dalliances and bits of gossip about homegrown strife. Signed Marjorie, the consistently cryptic third demonstration in Steve's adoration life. There is no more fearsome beast than like a lady disdained. While Steve's discovering that the most difficult way possible. This evening, Steve's ex, Mary Harvey, is irate and she's opening up to the world.
Picture it. Steve and Marjorie secure eyes without precedent for a Memphis bar in 1990.
They thought back about this sizzling initially get-together during a 2018 portion of the Steve Harvey Show.
All right, child, what? Did I meet you?
Goodness, whenever we first met.
Memphis.
Where?
At a parody club.
In spite of the electric science Marjorie uncovered, I detected he was the one right away. In any case, he disappeared suddenly.
Steve, not to be outshone, guaranteed that vocation desires and cash hardships took him off the adoration framework.
Their astronomical arrangement would continue in 2005, right when Steve's subsequent marriage was panting its last breaths and his television gig was saying its farewells.
Kid, you're not.
The very first word I shared with her was, I don't have any idea of what your identity is, yet I will wed you one day. Yet, every one of the apparitions of sentiment past tormented Steve. He needed to swim through a bog of allegations with Mary dropping the stunner that Marjorie was the other lady. As though that wasn't sufficient, Marjorie's affection record is similarly captivating. After her venture with